Clifford May is with the Foundation for the Defense of Democracies. Mr. May, good morning to you.
Good morning, Renee.
All right, pictures out of Iraq this morning, looting, destroying pictures and remnants of the regime. The government workers not showing up, including someone who's been highly visible, the Minister of Information. Your reaction?
Well, first of all, I want to point out that part of what we're seeing today is tremendous celebration. People cheering for the Americans, cheering for President Bush, calling Saddam a traitor, calling Saddam an infidel. There's also quite a bit of looting, too, and you've got to expect that. Under Saddam's rule, there have been mass murders, there's been torture, there has been rape as an instrument of government policy. But there's also been the fact that the people of Iraq, despite the enormous oil wealth this country has, have largely been impoverished while Saddam built his palaces and collected his weapons. So people are also taking advantage of that. It's going to be a bit of a chaotic situation for a while. It's not going to be easy to restore order and get this country not just back on its feet, but make a free and democratic and prosperous country here, or help the Iraqis do that. But the most important thing is that what, frankly, people like me predicted, and I think that's why I'm here, is that the people of Iraq are so thrilled and so relieved that Saddam Hussein has finally been overthrown.
But that prediction was something a lot of people thought would happen certainly much earlier on in the war, and yet it took 21 days.
It did, and the reason is very clear. Saddam ran essentially a Stalinist government. That means behind every general was a commissar with a loaded gun. That means in every neighborhood and in every street there were secret police. And they made it very clear that anybody who even waved to the Americans would suffer the consequences. One old woman did wave, and she was hanged in the public square. Another man, we have reports, his tongue was cut out, and he was left to bleed to death. People were very afraid until the thugs, until the secret police, until the Fedayeen began to flee themselves, and they knew that this really was over. And don't forget, in 1991, and we encouraged this, there was an uprising against Saddam Hussein. Those who were uprising were winning in 15 of 18 provinces. We did not come to their aid, and Saddam Hussein mowed them down. So a lot of people worried that this would be like some B horror movie where at the last minute Saddam would rise from the grave and get them. Only now are they having the confidence to say the truth, to speak their mind, and to talk about the oppression they've lived under for 30 years.
We've got about 25 seconds left here. Is this going to help the United States' perception in the Arab world?
Well, it should, if the Arab world learns of what's happening. I don't have a lot of faith in Al Jazeera and a lot of the Arab press, unfortunately, to tell the truthful story and to show that people in Iraq right now are celebrating. They're glad they see the Americans as their liberators. The U.S. government needs to take important steps to try to get that message out, but a lot of people may not believe it, and they may not be seeing it on their TV screens.